Butte County's iconic Honey Run covered bridge was among the nearly 19,000 structures destroyed by the Camp Fire.
Located between Chico and Paradise and Butte Creek Canyon, the bridge was a must-stop for visitors near and far. 6 months later, we look at what it meant to locals and what the future holds for the bridge. Every house, every business, every structure that burned in the Camp Fire had a story. So too did the Honey Run covered bridge. In fact, thousands of stories emanated from this spot where the bridge once stood. The Honey Run covered bridge was one of Butte County's crown jewels. Nestled in Butte Creek Canyon, the bridge stretched 240 feet across Butte Creek. Built in 1886, it was the first all-weather route for towns on the ridge to come to Chico. And when a new steel and concrete bridge was built upstream in 1965, the covered bridge was closed to vehicles and became a gathering place.
We had end-of-life ceremonies, we had weddings, we had picnics. You know, people could just rent the picnic grounds. People could, rent the whole bridge, of course, for the weddings.
Erin Kennedy did just that. She was married on the bridge on May 23rd, 2009. How magical was that day for you having it at the covered bridge, Erin?
I might cry. It was pretty special to have your wedding in something that's so significant to everyone in the community.
She drove up to the steel bridge in an old Chevy on that very warm spring day.
But we came around that bend and we pulled into the parking lot and pulled right up to the bridge, and then my dad got out and helped me out of the car, and then I walked down the aisle, and it was so cool. So we actually got married over the water, and we kept making jokes like, don't drop the rings, because if they fall through the boards, then they're gone.
But on November 8th, 2018, the Camp Fire would take the old wooden bridge. Catalano said he was watching the news when he learned the bridge had been destroyed. What was your reaction, Robert?
I cried. That's all I could do. My home was also burned in the fire, so I've been having to deal with both situations, and it's been tough. Especially when you're numb to everything that's going on.
So I know when I walked up, I almost gasped just knowing what the bridge was.
Yeah.
And what it looks like now. What does that feel like to look and not see it standing there?
It's really sad. It's a memory kind of just gone. I remember just during the entire fire, looking through Facebook posts and pictures, and I came upon the picture of the bridge on fire, and I sent it to some people and just said, I'm so sad. It's really just heartbreaking.
After news of the bridge's destruction spread, it wasn't long before a community-wide effort began to bring it back.
FEMA will cover 94% of the costs if they agreed to do the rebuild, and so we all figured that was a no-brainer. We would wait and find out if FEMA would do this. We're still waiting. Any day we're supposed to find out if they're going to go along with the project or not.
Engineers say the cost of rebuilding this bridge is between $3 and $5 million. But if FEMA doesn't step up, Butte County would have to give the Honey Run Covered Bridge Association permission for the right-of-way, and the fundraising would kick into high gear, because not rebuilding the bridge is not an option.
The rebuild effort is to bring the community together. People have been swimming here for a generation or two, and what this does when we can open the park again, it gives us the ability to bring some normalcy back to people after this tragedy has happened. It also lets people know that it's important to rebuild.
The goal is to make the new bridge as close as historically possible to the old bridge, and they can do that. They have a LiDAR, which is a radar rendering of the old bridge. The accuracy of the rendering is down to the sub-millimeter. They also have the original plans, so the details are good, and everyone's heart is into this project too.
Every time I drive by, I just kind of I take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And I just kind of go, okay, it will be there again. It's gonna be rebuilt. We're gonna make it happen.
The annual Honey Run Covered Bridge Pancake Breakfast will go on this year on Sunday, June 2nd. If you're interested in helping with the effort to bring back the Honey Run Covered Bridge or making a donation, you can go to hrcoveredbridge.org, and we have a link on our website.
It's hard to comprehend, you know. The flames don't know the significance
Right.
of the structure.
And you look at that bridge where it once stood for the first time, and it's just so stunning. It was such
Yeah.
an iconic structure. Both of my children had taken pictures out in front of the bridge, so it was just stunning to see.
It'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.